This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sean Preston.
Welcome to another episode of the Good Neighbor Podcast. Today we have another good neighbor on with us, and that is Emre Karadeniz of Gallipoli Grocery, Inc. I almost nailed that. It was very good.
Yeah, that's great.
How are you today?
Fine. I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. The rain's coming in. I'm a gardener. So I am a sucker for punishment because every year, if people who are gardeners, if they're listening to the show, if you're a gardener, you know, there's always something that happens. And right now I have a fungus that's just eroding my pea plants. Now it's onto the herbs and just trying to solve all that issue that's going on. But the pro side is that every time it rains, most people don't like when it rains, but I love it because I don't have to go spend 40 minutes watering my gardens. So.
Yeah, that's a nice bonus.
Well, look, great. It's really happy to have you on the show. Never had an opportunity to get acquainted before.
Yes.
I've heard of your business. I live right around the corner from you. I'm at the top of the hill, Livingston and Ferndale. So I'm not too far. But for those listeners who are listening to the show right now, don't know Gallipoli Grocery and Cafe, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about your business?
Okay, so Gallipoli Grocery, we are located at 408 Dunlop Street West in Barrie, Ontario. We opened up about 1.5 years ago, and we can proudly announce that we are the now Northest Turkish and Mediterranean grocery in Ontario. Closest thing you can get in Vaughan or North York, Toronto area mostly. There's nothing in between. So we aim to serve mostly the Simcoe County area. People from of course, Barrie, Orillia, Angus, Collingwood, Innisfil, all now coming to us for their grocery shopping, Mediterranean shopping and such. So we are so happy about this.
Amazing. That is so cool when a business can come in to our lovely Simcoe County to be able to offer something that doesn't really exist here yet. So that's very exciting. I know we'll have some listeners who are excited about that. The last podcast I did today before you was a soccer academy. So they have advanced equipment that's there. Nothing like this exists in Barrie. Again, you have to go down into Vaughan, into the city, to be able to take advantage of some of these things. So really excited to have you on the show and to dive into it. Okay, so you're talking about Mediterranean cuisine. Let's unpack this a little bit. If some people aren't overly familiar with that type of cuisine or some of the things that you offer, could you maybe share some goodies?
Yes. So Mediterranean cuisine are basically Spain, Italy, Greek, and Mediterranean part of the Turkey cuisine. It's heavily based on olive oil, and it's they have cold dishes compared to the hot kebabs and such. They're also depend on heavily on fish, and also most of the time the fresh vegetables and the fruits and the side yogurt items and such. It's a really great dish if you want to eat more healthy, go for a healthier diet. Mediterranean diet is the best and delicious you can get basically. And if you like to drink some alcohol stuff, and there are lots of side dishes, really good, along with the alcoholic drinks and such. So it's really nice. It has everything from everybody and to everybody. Basically, that's what Mediterranean dishes is.
Very nice. So a wide array of different cuisine. Some alcohol in there, beer, wine, one or the other, a bit of both.
Yes, basically beer and wine, and Mediterranean people also love to drink ouzo, and we Turks call it rakı. So that's really, really nice with those type of drinks.
So I was just in the Mediterranean 2.5 weeks ago. I was on my honeymoon, and
go.
I went to Malta for 5 days.
Yes.
Then we were in Taormina in Sicily for 4, and then we finished in Rome for another 4. So you're describing literally what I ate.
Yeah, basically, that's what it is.
Absolutely phenomenal. We had great food, we had great wine, and we had a great time. The weather was awesome. And now we've got a little taste of our honeymoon literally right around the corner from where we live,
exactly.
County. How exciting is that?
Yes.
All right. Let's so we got a little bit of a taste, pun intended, a little flavor of the business itself. But let's talk about who runs the business themselves. So let's talk about you. Tell us a little bit about
basically, my wife runs the show. As like she's the whole owner. I'm just a helper.
Most husbands do say that.
Yeah. but it's literally like that. I mean, she has everything. I have nothing with it. I'm an aerospace engineer myself. I work at the base Borden with the military. So I help my wife whenever I have spare time, and I usually also try to handle the website and other promotion stuff side of things. And she mainly focuses on the grocery and the cafe section of our business.
Perfect. So she's operations and you're sales and marketing.
Yeah, kind of that. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about her. So when I go into the store, I kind of know what I'm walking into. Or if anybody else who listens to the show maybe knows a little bit about her, what kind of person is she?
She's kind of very heartwarming person. She's a little bit shy about it, but she's really welcoming. And whenever you ask any question to her or also to me, we'll be happy to answer. We also especially I am the first time customers, because whenever they come to visit our store, they say, I just heard your ads, or I just wanted to take a look at what you did. I always try to make a grand tour of the store.
Nice.
And I don't care if they buy anything or no. It doesn't bother me if they even don't buy anything from my store, because I just want to to meet new people, and I'm showing you, okay, this is a new culture to you, and we opened up the business here. So you wanted to learn about this. You show your kindness to coming to my store and ask about it. It's my duty to show about it. It's Turkish hospitality about the situation. So they usually live very satisfied, and some of them even buy some stuff, and some I usually offer some samples about our stuff with it. Even we managed to crack most to the hard to crack people. So once at a time, there's a couple came. Husband was he doesn't really want to try new things. He doesn't really interested in and such.
Yeah.
So whenever I offered him a sample, he didn't really buy it. So one time, I offered him the piece of halwa, and his wife said that okay, you might like this. Try it. He tried it. So after 15 minutes or so, they were his wife buying us small package. He stopped his wife like this. Get the bigger one, please. Get the bigger. So I mean, even he managed to find something like it, and he decided to go at it. And after that, he visited 4 or 5 times maybe that I see. So we kind of gained a new human friend and new customer for us. It's really exciting for me.
That's it. Love the approach. Love the hospitality. I can't wait to visit myself. Your wife, what's her name?
My wife's name is Denise.
Denise.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. And what does she like to do for fun when she's not working on the business?
I mean, she is really into literature. She really likes to read a lot of books, and when she's not reading something, she's always watching some movies or some TV series she likes to watch. And we have a little dog in the house. We spend some time with our dog and our son.
Very similar to my wife and I. We love movies and shows. We've got dogs as well too. So that's very cool. I'll have to pick her brain on some TV shows she watches when I come and swing by.
Yeah, of course.
And what about yourself when you're not working on the base? What do you like to do?
When I'm after the base, if it's my day, I go to store and stay with the store until it closes. And other than that, I'm kind of into actually my wife and I into like board games. We kind of try to play board games, and I have some TV shows that I watch. I'm really into also the literature and the history, like book reading as well. I do that too.
Nice.
And after all that, I don't really have much time left actually.
yeah, that usually soaks up
Yeah.
the rest of it. Yeah, Julie and I play board games, card games. I'm pretty competitive, so if it's on a lawn, on a field, on an ice rink, if it's on a board, if it's on a video game, any type of game, I'm usually down to play. So even if the power goes out, I'm good. So we can always
cool. So we also have some board games at our store in the cafe section. You can come and play anytime with your friends. It's free.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Very cool.
Yeah. Yes.
And UK, so you said you work on base. Did I say you were an engineer? Did I hear that?
Yes. I'm an aerospace engineer.
Aerospace engineer. That's a mouthful. What is an aerospace engineer?
Aerospace engineer basically, design, maintains like the old aircrafts. Before this, I was working at Bombardier in Toronto area. I work in there, and before coming to Canada, I also work in Turkey with cargo airline, maintaining the engineering department. And now I'm at the base. I'm handling their quality approach to their training program.
Amazing, super sharp, and you gotta have an eye for that that type of thing. The fine details matter.
Yes, I know.
So when it comes to Mediterranean cuisine, having a grocery store, we always like to give the business owner opportunity to kind of clear the air. Sometimes, there's myths and misconceptions with all things. And I wanted to ask you, any myths, any misconceptions that you guys hear from customers?
Sometimes, we have a very wide spice collection, and some people just looking recipes online, and when they search for their spices, our store comes up to close to their location. They come, but they kind of really afraid to try the new things. They always think Mediterranean dishes are old Middle Eastern dishes are really hard to do. At the end, it's not really that hard to do. It's just something different in that area. You don't need to be shy, or you don't need to be afraid about trying these things. Most of the time, whenever the non-Mediterranean person cooks a Mediterranean dish, it's usually better than the original because they care so much about it. They went into really details about it, so it's really becomes better than original. So don't make yourself shy. Don't be afraid about trying new things because all the recipe is there. We have the all ingredients. All you need to do just follow it and do your best. And believe it or not, it's always usually better than the original. So don't be afraid about trying new things.
There you go. You've heard it. Don't be afraid to try new things. All right, let's head into a little bit more of a kind of a serious question, right? In life, we all decide to walk this path of life, right? Mm-hmm. And the path is winding. We go into different directions. The choices we make guide us on these different paths, and we walk this path that we call life. And sometimes life will throw things at us, and sometimes they're things that are out of our control. So sometimes they're life challenges, sometimes they're tragedies, sometimes there are all sorts of different challenges that we have to overcome, and we have to move forward through these things. I like to call it the phase of suck.
Yes.
When something happens to us, it's not going to always that pain will last forever, but we can learn from things. It's all in the mindset up here in our brain. Can we pull a silver lining from something that happened? Did we fail at something and it was painful, but can we grow from that? How do we become a better human being? How do we learn from these things so that we can become a better? So I wanted to ask you, have you ever experienced a hardship, a life challenge? Maybe you overcame it. Maybe you pulled a silver lining from it.
Uh, I mean, most of my hardships like comes from the when I like first like came to Canada. I was like getting my like legal status here, and after like all that is accomplished, it's kind of like the big step for me. After that, all things like became like easier as the time goes. As for this business overcomes, so I mean, we are facing like literally everyday challenges. Like for one thing, for I mean, location wide, like Canada is one part of the world, and Middle East Mediterranean is another part of the world. There's a big ocean in there, so there are like supply problems. That's for one thing. So the products are literally coming with ships, the containers. Sometimes it could become very expensive. Sometimes it becomes very late. These are the issues that to come with. And secondly, and like more kind of like the up-to-date stuff. So since this like so-called tariff wars start with USA and stuff, so it didn't really affected us because none of our stuff coming from USA. But the thing is, I mean, people are kind of like anxious and kind of be like overprotective with their budget, so they don't want to spend much out of their usually. We see people are like cutting their like even though like the grocery budgets and such, and normally if they want to come and like grab like some Turkish cafe at our store and such, so they tend to not do it at the moment. So we see these like challenges as well. But I'm not discouraged about anything because, as all things, this will pass too. And we are now focusing like strengthening our like online presence, and we try to be very active in like all social media accounts. We are now focusing on creating more content in our social media. We're writing our blog section. We are creating different recipes for our like readers and such. So now we are trying to focus on improving this type of business in the grocery store, and I believe we will reap what we sow in the future, in the very future.
Coming from you're talking to a marketer. I'm loving it. Like teaching people, reducing friction, helping
yes, exactly.
helping people, learn about more of what's the unknown, right?
Yes.
You don't
Yes, exactly.
you don't know. Then
So I mean, we like add a lot of things right now. For example, literally like last month, we now introduced like all Canada-wide shipping. Now people from Quebec, Alberta, even British Columbia can go to our website and buy whatever they want, and we'll ship it within the day. And we have like a lower shipment cost as well. So this is like a new thing for us, a new thing for everybody. And I believe this will go very well in the future because it's really going well right now.
very cool. Being able to reach more people, offer more services is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
I'm pumped to come down the road and come in and check you guys out. Drive by it every single day. So that'll be fun. I just got to figure out when you're going to be there so we can make a little party when we come in.
So I'll invite you like the weekend, our breakfast stuff. Just tell me when do you want to come for a breakfast. So I'll be there. Don't worry about it.
I can't wait to go tell Julia. Guess what I just said on the podcast? We're going for breakfast. All right, let me ask you a question. If for our listeners, right, if there's one thing that you wish our listeners knew about Gallipoli Grocery and Cafe, what would that one thing be?
So the like first thing, our name. Maybe you are familiar, maybe you are not. Our name comes from the Gallipoli region in Turkey called Çanakkale, and during World War I, there was a like huge war there. At that time, like it was like Ottoman Empire versus like British. So from Canada, a detachment from Newfoundland also went there and fought there. So since we now like shipping like Canada wide, we have a lot of customers from Newfoundland and Labrador, and
Really?
They're phoning us. They say that, you know that there's a street called Gallipoli in here, and say, yes, we know that. Oh, so this is really about it? Yes. And one gentleman called us and kind of like a little bit became sentimental. His own grandfather fought in there.
Oh, my
So
God.
he was really surprised, and he was so happy to like the commemorate that. He said that, so he couldn't believe it at first. So you use this name because of this, right? I said, yes, because of that. That's the reason. And he was so happy about the situation. I mean, these things, he just called me and told me this. So I literally don't care if this guy buys something from me or not. This is really like touching moment for me. So we are like building connections with the people. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't get, dude, like give me your address. I'll send you something for free. I mean, I'll say that. Like he thankfully did right. For some reason, I couldn't send anything. But I mean, even this gesture is super important for us.
Yeah, no, 100%. Being a part of the community, connecting with others, helping uplift others, it's very important.
So other than the name, so our products and our like things, like cultural things that we do here, for example, I invite you for breakfast. So we are really starting to be known about our breakfast in Bari, because most people, some people like went to Turkey and have a taste of this type of stuff. They try doing it here. And some people just try to new things about breakfast and heard to like the fame of the Turkish breakfast come to still. And I can't clearly say this to you, for breakfast customers, none of them are Turkish people. All of them are Canadians or the other like Balkan areas. They probably never tasted the Turkish breakfast before, but now some of them are thankfully like addicted to it. They try to quite time, and so sometimes some Canadians came and say that okay, our neighbor is Turkish and she has some delicious soup. She has this type of cheese. Do you have this stuff? Okay, we have this stuff. You can have this set, and so this type of like little things really goes that, because I mean, I cannot even imagine this stuff. I cannot make like dream of this happening. I mean, this is not fictional. If you ask me to like write a novel about this, I couldn't even make this up. But this is like happening before my eyes, and it's really interesting thing for me.
That's a super cool story, and good to know as well. Yes. Too. So Julie and I we're going to come and have a breakfast. Yeah, to taste it. And we're foodies too. Like we love food, and we're not shy to try new things. So we're gonna have some fun together. Awesome conversation. That was a lot of fun. I'm sure there's going to be some people that are interested that want to reach out. And for those who are, what would be one of the best ways that they can go ahead and reach you?
One of the bases, they can reach us through our website. We have like the inbox section there. It immediately pops up in our phone to chat. We immediately that they can email us, or they can just call us, ask their questions. We are always available. Like I said, through like inbox chat, email, and just phone call. We are always available, and we are always try to answer the emails as fast as we can.
And what's the phone number?
Phone number, it's 705-978-4041. This is my phone number. They can reach out to me. There's also like my wife's phone number, which would be the official number. That is 519-860-6434.
Beautiful. And give us the address one more time for.
So we are located at 408 Dunlop Street West, Unit 4 in Barrie, Ontario.
Amazing. That was so much fun having that conversation. We could do that all day. I'm super pumped to come in and try some of the food, and wish you guys all the best out there. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwithjeffandsean.com. That's GNP with JeffandSean.com or call 705-413-3775.